Welcome back. You're watching our special discussion on the IT sector's demands for the Modi government from the Modi budget. Vineet Nayar, isn't it a fact that this is going to be something that entrepreneurs have got to drive? The innovation agenda, the entrepreneurs have to drive, the government will follow. And actually, if the government just lets entrepreneurs be, that perhaps is the best thing.
I agree. I think, so taking off from these 2 points, I think what we expect from the government is to clearly lay out what its intention is on increasing efficiency in interface between the citizen and the government. And once it lays that out, there will be significant amount of small projects in that interface. It will improve the efficiency and it will drive IT usage. How is it planning to do effectiveness? My suggestion is call the top 5 or top 10 IT companies and tell them as part of the CSR initiative to take one large project and clean up the effectiveness of the government in that one ministry. And third is transformation. Transformation is how do you use mobile technology and things like that to be able to drive agriculture and things like that. Now, once they make their policy announcement that this is what we want to do, then what they need to do is get the entrepreneurs excited about it and saying this is going to be a 5-year agenda. So you make your investment, you drive your innovation, and you create a market. That will make it sustainable. So I agree with you. So what
the part of making the investment is also to have a stable regulatory environment. Mr. Chandrashekhar, let me come to you. As far as the tax issues are concerned, and that has been something that the Indian IT industry has voiced with the government, whether it is the royalty, tussle over the royalty rates, whether it is things like the MAT and DDT as far as the special economic zones are concerned. And that's not just demands that the IT sector is making, that's demands that India Inc. is making. But from a specific tax point of view, what would you like the government to address this time around in the budget?
As an industry, we are not expecting any new SOPs from the government. I think the government has supported this industry all along, and so we have grown to $100+ billion, and there's a lot of headroom for further growth. If I look at the whole industry, we have to look at it as 2 different segments. One is the medium and large scale industry, where we are not really expecting any new SOPs from the government, either from the tax or other SOPs. What we really want is clarity in implementation, and second is without clarity, it's very difficult for any company to do business. So, we have had cases where taxes have been collected with a retrospective effect, and there is innumerous, litigation that's going on, and there is no timely resolution of problems. So we really want government to really streamline the administration of tax and regulatory measures.
Let me talk to you about one of the other agendas that the government has set out, and that is really this business of creating jobs. And the IT sector has been right at the forefront of being able to do that. But now there's this talk of automation, and there's this talk of trying to imbibe technology to actually bring costs down as far as actual manpower is concerned. How do you reconcile both these objectives, Debjani?
I'll take a step back and say, when you're talking about creating jobs, there's tremendous opportunity within the IT sector today. And I'm going to go back to the hardware industry, the much ignored hardware industry of India. It's a shame that the country that we are, the size that we are, we don't have a strong local OEM, a local equipment manufacturer in the PC business, right? Our tablet vendors, if you've seen the latest IDC report, suffered tremendously, the few that there were, because of policies like CRO and BIS, which are not being implemented to the best that they can be implemented, right? There's tremendous opportunity to grow that segment, which is going to lead to job creation right there.
So as opposed to focusing on the services sector, the government needs to actually turn its attention on the hardware sector.
They at least need to have a balance. They definitely need a balance. And you'd asked about taxation changes. I think one of the key changes that we need is the inverted duties, which the finance minister has thankfully talked about.
And not just this one. We've had several ministers talk about that.
As I said, status quo is our biggest risk. So we're really, really hoping that this government will deliver and act on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Vineet.
See, Shireen, we should understand we have 4 things which nobody else in the world has. We have English-speaking people, a lot of them at low cost. We have land at low cost. We have utilities at low cost. And we have 1.2 billion people, and therefore domestic market, which is quite a lot. If using all this, we cannot drive manufacturing sector or services sector or any other sector and still continue paying royalty for consuming Cokes and Pepsis and even chips, I think there's something dramatically wrong with this country.
So let me start getting wrap-up comments from each one of you. Let me start by asking you the 3 priorities, and not just as far as your sector in particular is concerned, but the 3 priorities that you believe this government needs to focus on to get the engines of growth revving again.
Yeah. I think that the most positive thing about the government is the emphasis on growth and development, and seeing technology as a major lever to making that happen. This provides a lot of opportunity to not only apply technology but also to innovate. So the industry has capabilities in both areas, and I think creating an enabling system for entrepreneurship to thrive and create these new kinds of products, adapting and innovating in technology is important. We've identified a whole set of areas relating to incubation, accelerators, funding, taxation, etc. And all of these need to be addressed to create that enabling environment.
Okay, Debjani, 10 seconds, your priority list.
Get the connectivity, get broadband connectivity into every single village in India. That's critical. Get the right regulatory policies and stable regulatory policies in place that will grow a healthy equipment manufacturing ecosystem in India, that will create for India, that will be able to customize and innovate for India. And third, leapfrog the whole technology value chain. Think about ideas that are going to be big tomorrow.
Vineet?
I think I have only one agenda, and that is we have to do everything it takes to convert 1.2 billion consumers into 1.2 entrepreneurs. I am scared that India can become a consuming nation of goods and services produced somewhere else, and therefore will be creating jobs outside India and become a consuming nation. So anything which can be done from policy point of view, from transparency point of view, funding point of view, education point of view, health and hygiene point of view, to try and convert these 1.2 billion to take responsibility of their own fate and become entrepreneurs, I think that should be the single point.
Well, we have a ministry that's looking after entrepreneurship, so hopefully we will see changes on that.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I'm going to end this with you, Mr. Chandrasekaran. Your priorities for the Modi government from the Modi budget.
Okay. 3 things. One is, we are ranked 134th in the world in terms of ease of doing business. Make India the most sought after destination for doing business. That's number 1. Second is, we have, millions of graduates coming out of college. We have to make them employable. So really have a very aggressive skills development program so that we can effectively use people that we have to not only service industry here but outside as well. And third, really unleash the potential of the youth of the country in terms of innovation.
All right, so foster an environment of innovation, foster an environment of creation, give a leg up as far as the manufacturing sector is concerned, foster an environment of entrepreneurship and create an ecosystem that will get services to talk to manufacturing, which is something that hasn't happened so far. Appreciate you joining us here to talk to us about the wish list that you have from the Modi government. Let's see if the Modi budget delivers on those expectations. We'll see you again next week. Till then, from all of us here on CNBC TV 18, many thanks for watching.